Hello, I'm Ruth Jones, Member of Parliament for Newport West. As Members of Parliament, we've seen the many challenges of COVID-19 in our local constituencies. Over the last 18 months, churches have been on the front line providing essential services and caring for some of the most vulnerable and isolated members of our country. Today, with the help of yourneighbour.org and Stewardship, we are delighted to share some highlights of the life-changing, community-transforming work that's underway. The pandemic has had a devastating impact on many children and families. As in many other areas, churches are providing love and care where it's needed most. Churches across the country have been working with local authorities and charities like Home for Good to recruit and train much-needed new foster carers. Likewise, the Coastline Vineyard Church in Bournemouth is just one of many congregations partnering with Safe Families to support the most vulnerable families in their community.
My favorite stories from our church is there was a mom who was experiencing domestic violence, and she actually bravely shared that information for the very first time to one of our Safe Family volunteers.
The economic impact of COVID-19 has led to a worrying rise in poverty and household debt. In response, hundreds of local churches across the country have worked with charities like Trussell Trust to provide emergency food and support to people in crisis. Churches are also working with charities like Christians Against Poverty, providing debt advice centres around the UK to help free vulnerable individuals and families from dangerous debt and poverty.
We serve as one of the CAP centres. We've been able to render some emergency services where they are not able to do their shopping themselves. We've been able to help them to do so.
With the pandemic causing increasing unemployment, congregations like St Nicholas, Bristol is one of many churches partnering with charities like Rework to run courses that give their neighbours the skills and confidence they need to find work.
We are really excited to be able to deliver these Rework courses designed to equip participants with the confidence, getting them into a network to get back into work.
Young people have been among the groups most adversely affected by the COVID-19 crisis, undergoing prolonged isolation, missing out on precious education and watching their loved ones suffer. In the Midlands, churches have been working with TLG to provide young people with the practical and emotional support that they need.
I heard a story of a mother who is battling cancer. She has two young boys who are trying to get their heads around the whole thing. Two TLG early intervention coaches from a local church started spending time with them. With that support, this family knew they weren't going through this alone.
Given all that we're living through, it's unsurprising that more and more of us are suffering from anxiety and other mental health conditions. Carryduff Church in Belfast is just one of many congregations working with charities like Kintsugi Hope to provide wellbeing groups to support members of the local community. This year began with good news of the COVID vaccines. Once again, local congregations rose to the challenge, seizing the opportunities to save lives and protect our neighbours.
We have to do everything in our power to give hope and stop COVID.
We can share the work that the churches are doing, where we're creating these pop-up vaccination centres. Church leaders have been doing incredible work, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart for everything you are all doing.
Over the last 18 months, local churches have supported countless individuals and offered unending hope at a time of national crisis. Today, on behalf of all of us here in the Houses of Parliament, I want to convey our immense gratitude to church leaders across the UK for all you've done so far. Rest assured of our prayers today and in the future as you continue to serve your local neighbourhoods, accelerate the national recovery and bring hope to our communities.